What's up, Helldivers? I'm back with another amazing build, and it's all thanks to the new update that released on April 29th. The new update consisted of a boatload of balance changes, nerfs, and buffs, but what we're going to talk about today is the much needed and very immediate buff to the Airburst launcher. This thing went from being okay at times to being amazing almost all the time. That's why I'm pretty much saying it's S tier at this point. I mean, it really seems like it makes the game a lot easier, and that's where I put S tier items. If it significantly reduces the difficulties that you face on the field, then it's S tier to me. If it can handle multiple situations and almost all enemies, it's S tier to me. And this thing can damage chargers and Bile Titans. It's not the best at taking them down, but I've definitely taken them down with one before. So let's get into it. The build is going to consist of the Airburst launcher, the expendable anti-tank, auto cannon, and the 500 kg. And the last two there are, of course, so that you can deal with extra hordes and heavies. 500k is amazing for dealing with heavies if you know how to time it. The eat is amazing for dealing with heavies if you are throwing them down constantly and you get used to it. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but go ahead, try them out. Everybody who tries them out I've seen really enjoys them. And what's to be said about the Airburst launcher? I mean, this thing clears patrols, it clears objectives, and it does it in a matter of seconds. I've gotten 30 bombs from one round. And to me, that's insane. It's amazing, and it's got to be used. Lastly, for the main weapon, it's another buff from the new 29th update. This one's going to be the plasma launcher, or the plasma, the plasma gun. That's not the Scorcher. It is just great now. It's got a really big, wide splash radius, and it has less ammo in it now, but that's okay, as long as you're staying on top of it. I haven't really noticed it to be that much of an issue. You can also go with the incendiary shotgun or whatever you want for main, but these are the two that I find work super well. They kind of synergize with the horde clearing ability of the Airburst. For armor, I'm always running the engineer perk, and for the sidearm, it's really, again, your choice, but the Peacemaker, another buff, has been really making me happy. I also hear that the Senator is doing great now thanks to that quick reload. How you're going to use this build is you're going to fire your Airburst, of course, at the area of which you want to delete everybody in, and then go in and clean up. It's really just that easy. If you find a heavy, drop a eat. If you don't have any eats, drop a 500, and if you really want to make things a little easier, put that auto cannon somewhere high up and far away so it can assist you while you reload and clean up the trash. Some quick Airburst tips. You can fire the Airburst pretty close to you. I think it's around 20 meters that you can get a shot off. If you fire and jump back almost immediately, it'll also give you a way better chance of clearing what's in front of you. Hopefully we got some footage showing in the back. I don't have a name for this technique just yet, but just remember you heard it here first on the Sacroverse. Also with bots, because this is generally a bug build the way I set it up, but if you do want to use this with bots, you can essentially use all the same things. You want to trade that 500 out for a Eagle Airstrike and maybe the auto cannon for a mortar. But you're gonna essentially use it the same way. You want to focus on groups. This is a horde control device. It's crowd clearing. It's infantry. You can shoot it into the door of a base and clear the base. You can shoot it around a nest and essentially clear the nest. Just point it where you want to do your work and make sure nobody's around. Also make sure nothing, and make sure an enemy isn't too close to you, because that will trigger the proximity fuse. So just make sure your area is clear. You can clear out things very close to you. You can also clear out things very far to you. I like to use the Airburst to drag groups over to me, drag patrols over to me, and by the time they make it to me, they are no more, or they only have their heavies left, which makes dealing with the heavies super easy. Alright guys, I hope this helps. I can't wait to see if people like this build. If you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking about this build, what you're thinking about the Airburst rifle, if you've already stumbled across this build, and you know, how's it working for you? And maybe how you guys are feeling about the nerfs and the buffs. I feel like the community is aflame with anger and happiness, and hey, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. So thanks so much, and peace.